Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm in Newcastle. We're off to see Sam Fender tonight. I'm absolutely buzzing for it, but I'll tell you what, I'm still riding a massive wave of just happiness from the Conference League win. We're on the train here, went to the toilet, I was wearing like a West Ham t-shirt, and some guy obviously just stopped me, just said he support West Ham, then he started speaking about the Conference League win. He supported Man United. I've never seen so many like non-West Ham fans happy for West Ham for winning this, and I quite like it. Now, obviously, we missed the parade last night. We'd have loved to have gone, but it was just short notice, and we needed to get up to Newcastle today for Sam Bender, so we couldn't have went. But I've seen all the videos and the clips, and it's not really sunk in, if I'm honest with you. It's not really hit me that we won the Conference League. We're buzzing off it. We keep singing all the songs on the train up here. We keep going on about Lucas Paqueta selling a car and whatnot. And we're just really, really happy. But watching the videos last night, I think it's done a lot to, often in modern football you feel detached from the players. It happens, you know, Upton Park, the players would drive into the car park, you could touch them through a fence. Often after the games the players would come out, sign autographs, take selfies, whatever it was they'd done, they were there. You could access the players in the olden days. Now, somewhat ironically perhaps, you would assume you could sort of interact with the players easier today because of social media. So, but at the London Stadium, obviously we can't get near them because the players go in a bus underneath the stadium or whatever. You can't get near them at all at the home game. But because of social media, you'd assume you'd feel more attached to the current crop of players. And I think sometimes you don't feel like that. I think sometimes you feel like they perhaps don't care because you don't see them or hear for them. You get the feeling of the fan base is perhaps alone, and then you've got the players and the staff over there. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. But watching the clips from the final to some extent, but more last night, if I'm honest with you, the clips from the players at the town hall in Stratford on the open bus doing the tour around Stratford. When I was watching it, I was thinking, do you know what? This lot are in touch with the fan base. We just don't realise it. And all you have to do is listen to the songs they've been singing in the last couple of days. Listen to, I mean, I've got a man crush on Thilo Kehrer right now. I will confess, I've got a man crush on Thilo Kehrer. Just with the way he sings and stuff. And whenever you see stuff throughout the Conference League campaign, Kehler's usually a big part of it. He's in the change rooms, he's doing something. But you sort of take it with a pinch of salt a little bit. Then last night you see him encouraging the fans, leading the chants on the fans. It's not just him, but I've got a bit of a man crush on Kehrer. But Kehrer on the open tour bus was the one that he grabbed, I think, a fan through his phone. Forgive me if I've got this wrong. I think one of the fans next to the bus threw their phone onto the bus, and Thilo Kehrer caught it and recorded a video and threw it back. And the video he recorded was him singing "Just Sold My Car to Lucas Paqueta." Now the reason that's important is because it's such a new song. Someone created it with a flag, and that became a song in the last week. And Thilo Kehler's there singing it, and I thought, you know what, that sort of proves, if you like, the current crop of players have got their fingers on the pulses. The current crop of players are aware what fans are singing, what fans are saying and stuff, and I quite like it actually. When I'm watching all these clips, and again, it's because of social media, which is the modern times, but there's something about it that reminds me of perhaps pre-social media, that the fan base and the players are intertwined and they're interacting. I guess it's just different now. But in the last couple of days, the love I felt for this club is unbelievable. Every single player, every single member of the coaching team, David Moyes, everything at West Ham at the minute, I am absolutely loving it. I cannot consume enough content right now. We watched the highlights this morning. I need to watch the game back in full. I'll do that on Sunday or Monday. But I cannot get enough of West Ham, and it's because we've won the Conference League. Now, annoyingly, I'm like, hey, I want this feeling again, please. That night out we had, whatever you did that night, it would have been special. I know lots of people that spent it with their loved ones, that spent it with their dad, perhaps, because it's because of him they support West Ham. I know plenty of people that went to Prague that didn't go to the game. I know plenty of people that went to the game. Whatever. Every West Ham fan on Wednesday night made a memory, and that will live with us for the rest of our life. But I have to confess, I'm hungry for more. I want another one. I want the Europa League next year. I want the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. I want it next year. And it's not necessarily because of the glory. I think it's because of what it's done for the fan base, this feel good, this wave of emotion we're going on right now. I feel incredible. You know, David Sullivan pissed on our parade a little bit yesterday, coming out and saying Rice is off, which, you know, timing felt a bit unnecessary. I sort of get it. I've thought about it since, and I get it. I get why David Sullivan's doing it. He's sort of telling the West Ham fans. It's a very honest approach. And I think he's perhaps trying to spark a bidding war. I think David Sullivan's thought, you know, if I go on TalkSport and tell every club out there that Declan Rice is available this summer, come up with the money. Let's see what you got. Arsenal at the minute is the leading horse in the race, but let's try and call out Man City, call out Man United, call out Bayern Munich and say, do you want him? Come and get him. He's for sale. Declan Rice is now publicly for sale this summer, and I think he's trying to spark a bidding war. So I sort of get it. I think he's maybe saying to West Ham fans before the parade, this is it. This is Declan Rice's goodbye tonight. So say goodbye to Declan Rice tonight. He's off. And I'll deal with that next week, because I feel it's going to hit me harder than Mark Noble, which, when Mark Noble retired, I thought, I'm never going to feel like this about a player again. But Declan Rice is hitting me harder. But we'll deal with that in another video. But even with David Sullivan doing that, while it sort of dampened my spirits for a little bit, it was a very, very small portion. Today I've just been buzzing. We're on the train up to Newcastle. I can only assume there's no other West Ham fan on the train. We're singing the West Ham songs. Other people who don't care about West Ham are buzzing for West Ham. Does it mean anything? A little bit. I have to be honest with you. There is a little bit that sort of makes me feel good. You know, in the lead up to the final, I had so many non-West Ham fans saying, good luck, I hope you do it. And I think it's because, I say worried, I'm not really worried about it. I've always thought that this trophy was deemed tin pot by a lot of people. But this last week, actually, I don't think they do. I think there's a lot of fans out there, perhaps of non-Man U, Man City, perhaps those that are used to winning trophies don't feel like this. But there's a lot of Villa fans, Everton fans, whatever, that in their lifetime, they perhaps haven't seen their team lift a trophy. They're saying, good luck, I hope you do it. Villa fans are watching us win it, thinking, I hope that's us next season. Brighton fans are watching us, dreaming of what they can do in the Europa League next year. I think what we've done on Wednesday is give everybody hope. If you support Fulham, Brentford, it doesn't really matter. There's hope there. West Ham have delivered that, and they've given me hope. Next season, even if we were to kick off in August with the exact same team and the exact same manager and the exact same coach and staff, what would my expectations be? Being honest, a bit of a relegation battle, and to try and win the Europa League. And since all my life really, I've been okay with that. I haven't been arsed about finishing 8th or 9th in the Premier League. Well, so what? But winning a trophy? Yes, please. And every season, at the start of every single season, when we do these videos, we get a hypothetical question. Would you take 17th in a trophy? And I always say, oh, absolutely, 100%. Well, we got 14th in a trophy. Amazing. Anyway, Bez is here. What are you saying?
Yeah, just really, really happy. Still sinking in a little bit. Still, I'm not hungover, but still fragile. But yeah, no, I'm really, really happy. It's just a nice buzz around the place. Just one thing I wanted to add is, obviously, we know that Rice is probably going to go this season, but I just think that Rice should really think about what he's doing with regards to where he wants to go and what he wants to do, because I think unless you're joining Manchester City in the Premier League, you're not really guaranteed any form of trophy. So obviously, you know, winning a bit, maybe that's coming from a West Ham fan and we've just won a trophy, maybe that's just my heart speaking over my head, but I just think that he needs to really think about what he wants to do. You know, Arsenal, all these clubs under Man City haven't won anything, and we have this season, and his aim is to win trophies. This is what he wants to do. He wants to win things. So, you know, unless there's a done deal with Man City, which I'm sure there's not, or may be wrong, I'm not sure that going to Arsenal, Chelsea or any other London club in the Premier League is the right thing to do. You know, again, I know I'm probably talking that from a West Ham point of view and from my heart, but I just think he needs to make a good decision. I know it's impossible to do that sometimes, but yeah, in general, Joe, I'm loving it, mate. We've both been loving it last couple of days. can't stop singing this Paqueta song. It is in my head all day. I go to bed at night and it's in my head. I wake up in the morning and it's in my head. I can't get it out. I go and make a coffee and I'm singing it. It's just ridiculous. But you know, it's a happy time for a West Ham fan. It's a good, enjoyable time. And like you said, I just want more. I want more. And you're also right about, you know, finishing in them positions. You know, we haven't had a good season in the Premier League, but the nice part about it is we've played not great this season, and there has been times when I've gone, I can't watch this shit no more at home, especially losing to a couple of sides that I felt we should have. Palace was the one for me. Losing at home to Palace this season was really hard to take. But winning the trophy, obviously, and getting a bit of silverware becomes irrelevant, really, what happens in the Premier League. So yeah, really happy, mate. Just buzzing, really. So same with yourself. It's a good time to be a West Ham fan at the minute. All right, the Conference League, the trophy, maybe played down a little bit by top 4 teams like Manchester City. They might not look at it as, oh yeah, that's just a small trophy, but for us that means a lot. This is, you know, I'm 40 next year, and this is the first time that I've been able to witness, apart from the Intertoto Cup. A lot of people will class that as a trophy. I don't really class that as a trophy, to be fair, but you know, I haven't had no glory in my lifetime, and you know, hopefully this is the start of something new for us. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, very happy. And again, just one more point quickly, just about David Sullivan coming out yesterday and saying about Rice. Maybe it's his way of saying, right, I get it, because if we want to get rid of Rice, like, let's just get it done and dusted. Let's not have this hanging over our heads as we're going into pre-season. Like, I would like to, if Rice wants to go, that's fine. We all know that it could happen, but let's just get it done and dusted. Let's get rid of Rice. Let's get a couple of players in to replace him and get that all done before pre-season. I think that's really important for us as a club. You know, whether or not, I don't know who we're lining up. I mean, there's been speculation about Paulinho at Fulham today, coming in and replacing him. Whoever it is, you know, I'm sure we'll find a replacement if he goes. I think I'm still 10 to 20% holding on to Rice a little bit. I still feel that I'm hoping that he might stay for another year. Depends how many times he's heard the "One More Year" Declan Rice song. But we can't get mad at him about leaving. You know, it's like you say, it's a gentleman's agreement. It's just mad how you want to leave a club that's just won a trophy. I still find that quite bizarre, unless you're leaving from one of the big clubs, Theo. I can't help that. You know, again, you know, you look at all the clubs in the Premier League. Who's won something this year? Who's won? Man City?
Man U.
Oh yeah, they won the FA Cup, didn't they?
Carabao Cup.
I mean, you know, but I think the Conference League stands for more than the Carabao Cup myself. You know, and so with respect to that, like Man City and us are really, okay, and Man United as well, are really the big time winners in the Premier League this year. So, you know, going back to that point, I wish him all the best. I do love Declan. He knows I love Declan. I've told him so many times in the video I love him. If I told him in the street, I'd love him. But I remember that time when he come and spoke to us outside the Saints ground about 6-7 years ago. No, probably less than that, actually. When did he have his debut, Joe?
2017.
2018. So yeah, it probably would have been about 5-6 years ago. And he come out, I was at Southampton away, and after the game he come out, it was one of his early games that he spoke, and he was such a humble lad. And I do wish him all the best. Whatever he wants in life, you know, it's down to him as a club and as a supporter. He's done us proud, but you know, just one more year, Declan Rice, that's all I'm saying. So.
Right, everyone, we're just heading to see him just park right now. Jake, Jenna, Stoke fans, right? But don't judge them. Fuck off, don't judge them.
Someone's got support, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
What do you make of West Ham winning the Conference League?
It was brilliant. It's stuff you dream of. As fans, like, especially for Stoke and stuff, it's for fans of not, I don't know how to describe it, lower calibre clubs, not the top 6, it's stuff you dream of. Being European Cup final, and we were rooting for them, you know what I mean? It's fantastic, really. Fantastic.
We were rooting for him.
We done it though.
Oh yeah.
Are Stoke going to do it one day?
Never.
Hopefully, yeah. You got to believe in Alex Neil. We trust.
Wait, has West Ham winning it given you as a Stoke fan a little bit of hope?
Yeah, of course he has.
We've won the autograph trophy, that's all we need.
Of course it has. It's giving you hope. It's, you know what I mean. It's one of them. It gives any club like us. It gives us hope. You know what I mean. Fantastic.
Anyway, we're off to St James's Park where we see Sam Fender. But before we go, even as Stoke fans, they've got one thing stuck in their head. Bez!
Just
sold my car to Lucas Paquetá.